excited. I know that you're all going to enjoy what he has to say, and I'm sure that you're going to be inspired. I've got to hear him before, and I'm excited for you to get to do so as well. Senator Mark Green currently serves at the Tennessee State. Let me start all over. Senator Dr. Mark Green serves as Tennessee State Senator serving District 22, which is Houston County, Montgomery County, and Stewart County. Senator Green serves as Vice Chair of the Senate Commerce and Labor Committee, as well as a member of the Judiciary and State and Local Government Committees. He is also the chaplain for the state GOP caucus, where he authors a weekly devotional, which I get, and it's pretty fabulous. Dr. Green is the president and CEO of Align MD, an emergency department and urgent care management and staffing company based right here in Clarksville. He also founded Align MD Foundation, also in Clarksville, which provides health care to underserved populations throughout the world. Dr. Green served as an emergency department medical director at Fort Campbell's Blanchfield Emergency Community Hospital, and there he won awards for patient satisfaction and efficiency. In 1986, then Second Lieutenant Mark Green graduated from West Point with a degree in quantitative business management. In addition to this degree from West Point, he also has a master's certificate from the University of Southern California in Information Systems and earned a medical degree from White State University in Dayton, Ohio. Dr. Green graduated from high school in Monticello, Mississippi, took on his first job on a farm, mowing lawns in middle school, and worked at jobs from bagging groceries to, my favorite, served as a radio disc jockey. His small-town roots helped him formulate the values that guided him over his lifetime. Dr. Green is married to the beautiful Camellia Joy Gunther. The couple have 2 children, Alexa, age 20, who attends Austin Peay State University, and their son, Mitchell, who is 17 and attends Clarksville High School. Join me in welcoming Dr. Green to the stage.
Being the first doctor to go into Baghdad with SEAL Team 6, I had the responsibility of finding an ambulance, a vehicle that would serve as our ambulance when we went into Baghdad. And I sort of left our area around the airfield and started walking around looking for a vehicle. And I saw this Nissan truck that I thought would be perfect. And just want to say this is all in accordance with the Geneva Convention, okay? But I started to hotwire the truck. Now, has anybody here ever stolen a car? Anybody? You probably don't want it, but oh, we got some tape. Okay. Well, as I'm hotwiring the truck, this bearded guy. Now I'm in Baghdad, okay? The night it fell to coalition forces, this bearded guy comes up and grabs me and spins me around, and I was scared to death, I got to admit. But his English was impeccable. He told me the agency of our federal government that he worked for, and he said, "I've already stolen this truck, this is my truck." And I said, okay, and I, very disappointed and disheartened, I began to walk away, and he said, wait a minute, I guess he felt sorry for me. And he said, you know, down at the end of the runway, there's a powder blue Nissan Maxima, and the keys are still in the ignition. I thought, all right. So I hoofed it down, and sure enough, there it was. I hopped in, I hit the ignition, nothing happened. I popped the hood, sure enough, someone has stolen the battery. So I meander back to the area thinking that I've been a failure, and I pass the Nissan truck. And I'm a scientist, you know, as a physician somewhat, and I think, I wonder if a Nissan truck battery will work in a Nissan Maxima. And I looked around and I didn't see the agency guy anywhere, so I thought, I'll try it out. So look left, look right, make off with his battery. Well, sure enough, it worked great. It was a perfect fit. I drove it in. You know, the ambulance is the priority vehicle for a situation like that. And we had an aid vehicle for the rest of the first few days of combat there in Baghdad. But the story doesn't end there. Unfortunately, a few months later, I was in the PX buying sodas, and in walked the bearded agency guy. And he sees me. he makes a beeline straight for me, pokes his finger in my chest, and he says, "Hey, buddy, did you take my battery that night we came into Baghdad?" And I'm an honest guy, so I said, "Yeah, I took your battery." And he said, "No worries, man. I had taken it out of that Nissan Maxima I sent you down to go get." Soldiers are great. I want to thank the foundation for allowing me to come and share a few comments tonight. I also want to thank the foundation for its partnership with the school system. You give your time, you give your resources, you give your money, and you can see it in this room tonight. The success we celebrate tonight is partially due to that partnership between leaders in the community who are members of the foundation supporting this school system, and I thank you for what you do for this school system. I also want to thank some of the other folks that are in the room tonight. Representative Pitts had some very kind words for me at the beginning, and I want to tell you, as I've gotten to know Joe, what a gem of a fella. And I will tell you this, that his work with the school system is above and beyond the call of duty. If you look at his job description as a state representative, he goes beyond the call. And thank you, Joe, for what you do. Our mayors, too, I think, I'm not sure if Mayor McMillan made it in tonight, but those two ladies are pretty special. And they lead a lot like one of my heroes, Margaret Thatcher. The Iron Lady, as she was called. One of my favorite quotes on leadership is from Margaret Thatcher, and she said, "Leading is a lot like being a lady. If you have to keep telling people you are one, you're probably not." And, our two mayors never have to say anything. We know they're leading. We know they're taking charge, and we know they support the school system in a phenomenal way. I also want to say a few comments about Dr. Worthington. I have gotten to know Dr. Worthington in the campaign and now that I'm in office, and he is a visionary leader. He really is. And our school system is blessed to have a man of his caliber, his vision, and his ability to influence the people who work with him and for him. And I think tonight, if we're going to give lots of rounds of applause. Let's give Dr. Worthington a round of applause. Tonight is about student performance. In fact, it's about awesome student performance. But before I go there, I want to just thank a couple of other groups of folks. Teachers are pretty special people. And in fact, I have a friend of mine who's a good teacher, and she was telling me about 4 of her students the other day who came in late for school about halfway through the day. And these 4 high school boys said, "Well, we're late because we had a flat tire coming to school today." The teacher said, "Well, you missed a pop quiz, but that's okay, I'll let you make it up." Of course, they wiped their brow. They sat down. She said, "Get out a piece of paper." They did. First question, which tire? Teachers are pretty sharp, They really are, and it's hard to get anything past them. And it's sharp teachers who are a big part of why we're here tonight. The teachers who inspire, the teachers who motivate us. I can remember from my high school days and from my middle school days, teachers who made a huge difference in my life. And I am where I am today because of lots of different reasons and the God who created me, but I'm also here today where I am in life because of some teachers who motivated me and made an impact on my life. And parents. I assume there are a few parents in the room tonight. If you're a parent, would you raise your hand right now? If you're a parent, I want to just kind of get a go. All right, now take that hand and reach around and just pat yourself on the back, okay? Because all these kids that are here, your example and you're motivating them are also an enormous reason why they are here and why we are celebrating their tremendous success. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I'm a bit surprised that you guys would have me come be your speaker today because now I'm a politician, and Politicians, I hear, are a lot like baby diapers. You know, they should be changed regularly and for the same reason. That joke is not as funny as it used to be, okay, now that I am one. But thank you for letting me come tonight. I'm really honored to be here. You know, our nation is in a difficult spot. We are in a challenging place right now. If you look at our debt, it's staggering. If you look at the number of people who are on public assistance, it's frightening. In fact, they did a survey of high school students just recently, and for the first time in America, our high school students think that they won't be better off than their parents. First time in our history. It's kind of a dark hour. It's, as we would say in the Army, it's raining today. It's a challenging time. But I will tell you that as I look out here today, I have hope. It's a lot like back when I was in the Army. We'd be out on field maneuvers, and as a young commander, I'd have lieutenants, and it'd start raining and getting really cold, and I would look for the lieutenants who got excited by the challenge. And those were the guys that were the emerging leaders, that when it started to rain, when it got cold and miserable, that's when the real leader steps forward. As I was interacting with some of the students tonight, I got hope. Yeah, it's raining in America right now, but I have hope because I saw a little bit of that Ranger spark in some eyes out there. Young people who are going to step up and lead our nation to the greatness that it is destined to continue to be. And yes, it is raining in America, but again, you guys, the phenomenal success you've achieved is just the stepping stone that will propel you to help in this difficult challenge. I thank you for that and for the hope that you give me. I tell you, there's another reason why I have a significant degree of hope, and that's because of this process. One of the things that makes our country great is that we reward excellence. And I am proud of our foundation, and I'm proud of our school system for doing this. And I know it's gone on for some 20-something years, 24 years. And it's unique in the state. And that, to me, is very special. And it gives me hope, because as we reward excellence, others will see it, and they will desire that same reward and recognition. This process gives me hope. And again, you know, I want to say something else about teachers, too. The teachers that I've spoken with give me hope. I mean, people who take on a fairly thankless job, and they pour their lives into other students. That gives me hope that the rainy days today in our country are going to soon be a thing of the past. Great students like yourselves, a process that rewards your hard work, and teachers who are really working hard and pouring their lives into students. I think that's pretty special, and it gives me hope that these challenging times will soon be over. Now, I have to give a few pieces of advice tonight as I make my speech, but I want to tell you I'm fully aware of who Socrates is, and I know most of you know Socrates, the Greek philosopher. He was this guy who went around and gave lots of advice. Well, you know the outcome there. He wound up getting poisoned. Okay, so I'll keep it short, just for that reason. But I will tell you a few points, lessons that I've learned in my life. And I hope that they will inspire you. And some of them are lessons that I learned the hard way, you know, with my beak in the dirt as I fell on my face. But there are a few pearls that, for the students, I hope you get something out of them. There's an old quote that says, "The eyes of man are never satisfied. The eyes of man are never satisfied." And if that is true, and I believe that it is, there's no amount of money you can ever make that will make you happy. There is no amount of degrees, diplomas, job positions that will ever fully satisfy. But there is a definition to success out there that will make you feel like $1 million. And that definition of success is serving other people. And I can tell you, even if it's a small, brief encounter, if you help someone find a job, or you feed someone when they're hungry, that satiates the soul like no diploma, like no job title ever can. And it's a sustainable thing. Remember, the eyes of man are never satisfied. We always long for something. But when you serve someone else, it is gratifying. So I encourage you, define your success by what you can do for someone else and not for yourself. And then you'll find peace and satisfaction. There's something else I want to share with you today, and it comes from my days in the infantry. We used to take these road marches where we'd walk 25 miles. And the goal is to never arrive to the battlefield fully exhausted. That's bad. That gives the enemy an advantage. So you want to rest along the way. And we used to call it taking a knee. Take a knee. And the soldier would take a knee. He'd kneel down on one knee. He couldn't sit down because he had this huge rucksack on his back. But he would take a knee. Well, I want to encourage you. I have 24 years of schooling. And don't assume because I'm from Mississippi that was third grade, okay? I have had a lot of schooling, and what I can tell you that it's taught me is life is a marathon. It is not a sprint. It's a marathon. Take a knee. Every now and then, take a knee and rest. One of the other things that I'd like to share with you tonight, I'm a physician, and I understand a little bit about how muscles develop. Okay? And those of you who work out or in athletics or have taken biology, and I'm sure most everybody in here has, you understand it too. As you work one muscle, it gets stronger and it gets bigger. But if you work, say, your tricep, and you don't work your bicep, you become inflexible. Worse yet, you can even break the bone. Now, pretend with me for a second that my bicep is my job life and my financial life. And my tricep is my spiritual life and my family. If you work just the job and the financial part of your life, that muscle's going to get really big. Pour all your energy into that muscle's going to get huge. And that tricep is going to wither. And what you're going to have is a lot of reduced flexibility and maybe even some breakage. Remember that, please. Life is about balance. And if you pour your life into one aspect of it, you're going to wind up causing an injury. Maybe not to yourself, but to someone in your life. I do really appreciate the opportunity to come and just share a few thoughts with you. And it's a real honor for me to be here. The last thing I want to tell you is this. Don't grow up. Okay? Don't grow up. Just learn how to act in public. Okay? And you'll be okay. Thank you again. It's been a real pleasure to share a few words with y'all.
We just want to thank Dr. Green for coming to speak to us. I know that those are all lessons that we still have to remind ourselves of daily, even after we've been out working for a while. So balance. But thank you.
Thank you.
I told you it would be inspirational, and he lived up to that challenge. Thank you, Senator Green, for those words. Now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, it is time to honor the best and the brightest of the Clarkson-Montgomery County school system. And as we prepare to call our first school, Montgomery Central High School, up, and presenter Kim Walker, I want to also say thank you to Claire Davis, who played the harp so beautifully during dinner, and if you would help me say thank you to her. Ms. Walker will read the names of the students we're honoring tonight. If you would, hold your applause, your screams, your disdain, your hallelujahs until we get to the end, and then we'll give all the students from Montgomery Central a round of applause. Ms. Walker.
Autumn Nicole Douthit. Emery Lee Dunn. Caroline Elizabeth Ford. James Donald Haynes. Amy May Hill. Alexander David Hornick. Alexis Neela Jackson. Jonathan Edward Johnson. Alyssa Jacqueline Keller. Casey Joe Lindberg. Jamie Lee Martz. Rachel Nicole Matheny. Kyle Nathaniel McKinney. Tracy Lynn Moore. Lauren Nicole Ritter. Caroline Mora Welsh. Daniel Hollis Weary. And Emily Peyton Wilkie.
Now you can applaud. You learn quickly. I think I'll keep you around for just a little longer. Okay, Danny Chartrand with Rossview High School. Danny.
Kyle Taylor Anderson. Evan Robert Black. Annalena McKinney Beams. Ashley Ann Brandis. Donald Houston Chance. Amanda Brooke Foth. Rebecca Vivian Fisher. Zachary Michael Groves. Taylor Nicole Hargis. Kyle Austin Harmon. Ayana Michelle Hart. Brandolyn Rosaire Holland. David Holden Hunt. Rebecca Renee Jacks. Danielle Justine Jameson. Brandy Marie Jennis. Sarah Elizabeth Keel. Nicholas William Lineweber. Tyler Joseph Long. Shasta Renee Lynch. Dominique Ray Marshall. Trey Blakely Martin. Samuel Hunter Millspaugh. Lexi Page Moore. Grace Catherine O'Day. Splendid Dawn Pugh. Philip Nathan Ray. Alyssa Jordan Renelay. Whitney Page Renfro. Matthew Thomas Riggins. Alexandria Brooke Rippey. Katie Jo Saldana. Brian Ronald Song. Emily Grace Springer. Rustam Manu Wadia. Shelton James Walker. Robert Bradley Williams. Marissa Caitlin Winslow. Kelly Marie Wambacher. Katrina Marie Wood. Ladies and gentlemen, the three-year recipients from Rossview High School.
I was telling Senator Green that some of the students have handshakes, and you saw our knees kind of buckle because they have a grip on them. Our next presenter is Christy Fordham of Kenwood High School.
Jasmine Alexis Barbara Bay. Caitlin Michelle Daffron. Callie May Hayes. Imani K. Horsley. Sung Jin Lee. Janie Song Lindsay. Christina Estrella Lugo Beach. Jacqueline Elaine Pangilinan. Mason Andrew Rauch.
Yes, please. Next group of students, Northwest High School, Joshua Hall presenting.
The award recipients from Northwest High School are Sydney Storm Bice, Casey Todd Bredlau, Lindsay Ann Marie Brown, Jalen Malcolm Burgess, Taylor Marie Cook, Gavin Hunt Doherty, Joanna Wynn Elmore, Nicole May Hamill, Allison Danielle Hughes, Jessica Joanne Jackson, Ian Robert Lavelle, Niels Dane Nielsen, Zachary Lee Pygott, Caitlin Heather Selleck, Robert Carl Selmer, Paige Camille Sexton, Justin Monroe Tippy, Vanessa Renee Vielma. Please join me in a hand of applause, please.
Our next group of students is from the Middle College at Austin Peay State University, and that presenter is, and the winner is Rick Harris.
Thank you. I memorized my list. Rebecca Allison Fulkerson.
Wow, that was inspiring. Thank you, Rick. Next school, Northeast High School, Patrick Digby, presenting our outstanding students.
Tatiana Cephas. Caitlin Marie Joyner. Alyssa Blake Sanchez.
Next group of students, West Creek High School, Chiquita Jackson, presenting our outstanding students.
Kiana Monique Adams. Kiana Brittany Anthony. Emily Yumi Auckland. Natasha Faye Bailey. Aaliyah Rochelle Burrows. Raven Rakenya Coffey. Liliana Elena Dawkins. Leanne Nicole Demarest. Jai Nakia Foreman. Gerald Levon Gorham. Hannah Joy Grider. Tessa Nicole Hall. Jasmine Denise Jackson. Ashley Reed Kipp. Virginia Abigail Grace Leedy. Sydney Claire Mercer. Elvis Chukwuanzo Offer. Zachary Stephen Panzer. Julia Silong Kubatai. Emily Megan Reeve. Cody Isaiah Riff. Autumn Danielle Rozier. Destiny Joy Schroeder. Victoria Destiny Simpson. Cassidy Brooke Smith. Stephanie Alexandra Underhill. Danielle Nicole Vuko. Taylor Lee Wallace. Andrew Michael Williamson. Sierra Janae Woodfork. Lauren Alexis Woodson. Third year recipients, West Creek High School.
Last high school, Clarksville High School, Angela Sackfield presenting our students.
Anna Marie Anderson. Evan Scott Boone. Gunnar Drake Bowling. Eugene Houston Buchanan. Jeremy Austin Burris. Allison Ann Campbell. Brittany Ann Childress. Jae Rong Chong. Jerica Claudia LeBron. Arthur Malik Culp. Savannah Rochelle Douglas. Carlene Marie Philback. Caitlin Marie Hallberg. Deanna Sue Highstand. Lauren Rachel Henderson. Alexandria Danielle Holt. Brooke Nicole Knight. Kathy Wynn Lee. Jillian Grace Lentz. Rebecca Elizabeth Mosier. Hannah Lindsay Ninnis. Joanna May Patmore. Landon Thomas Powell. Vanessa Marie Rivera. Whitney Bryn Robertson. Kendall Wade Roselle. Rachel Lynn Sanders. Zachary Thomas Schrader. Emily Cecilia Sharon. Tyler Allen Wright. And Avery Elizabeth Young, our third-year recipients from Clarksville High School.
We're going to ask the principals of the various schools to come back up as your school is called. We have a framed, something framed to give you that has all the students' names in it. That's what I was trying to say. You can tell if they don't put it on the script, I just blow it. Montgomery Central High School, Ms. Houston. That's what we're giving you. Mr. Meyer, Rossview High School. Mr. Bedell, Hal Bedell, Kenwood High School. We're either going to have to stop adding high schools or add some more school board members. We're running out here, recycling here. We believe in that. Ms. Luna and Clarksville High School. Dr. Brian Johnson, Northwest High School. I know he's going to be embarrassed that I'm saying this, but Candy Johnson, the director of the foundation, that's he belongs to her. So, Middle College at Austin P. Melissa Champion, principal. Gayla Jeffries, Northeast High School. And last, but certainly not least, West Creek High School and Dr. Diggs. Apparently there was extra credit in for the students at West Creek High School. We are near the end of the program, and that's probably why they were cheering so much. And now we'll have closing remarks by the President of the Board of Directors of the Clarkson-Montgomery County Education Foundation, Mr. Leo Mion. Please welcome him to the stage.
Thank you, guys. The legacy of these students is going to be remembered in each high school by the plaques. It has each of their names. I'm amazed that the Education Foundation has continued this tradition for 24 years, and we make it a priority within us to recognize the students for everything that they do and all the hard work, all the teachers for everything that they do. So on behalf of the board, I just wanted to thank everyone for being part of this evening, and congratulations again to all of our students. Everyone interested may get copies of the Leaf Chronicle tab as you exit the building. So once again, on behalf of everybody, thank you guys for coming out this evening, and God bless.